sports fans, welcome to Cochise County Sports Network. Tonight's live broadcast brought to you in part by La Ali Automotive Group for all your new and used car needs. Jeff and Gina Lane of Edward Jones Investments, making sense of investing. Apex Network Physical Therapy, come heal with us. Cochise Lock and Safe for all your lock and safe needs. Check out the Leon team of Nova Home Loans, the highest rated lender in Cochise County. SSVEC, owned by those we serve. Lights Out Family Fun Center. Chiricahua Community Health Centers, health for all. And last but not least, eXp Realty, home of the flat rate contract. Tonight we have the Buena Colts varsity football team taking on the Morena Tigers. Live and in full HD, only on Cochise County Sports Network.
Hello sports fans and welcome to Buena High School football, brought to you by Cochise County Sports Network. We are live here tonight from Morena High School in Tucson, Arizona, bringing you the game between the Morena High School Tigers and the Buena High School Colts. Both teams come into this game having lost last week in close contests, so they're both going to try to look to rebound a little bit, reverse their fortune a little bit, and get through the middle of this season on a high note going into the end of the season and try to qualify for those state playoffs. Last week we were unfortunately unable to broadcast the Buena Colts game, but they lost 43-42 to Apollo in what was a very hotly contested game. Throughout the entire game, there was only 3 drives in which either team did not score. It's the best I've seen Buena play all year. They ended up rushing, or they were led in rushing by Caleb Bryan, who rushed 20 times for 166 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then his partner in the backfield, Timothy Jones, added 15 rushing attempts for 86 yards and a touchdown. They are the definition of thunder and lightning. Caleb Bryant looks to beat you with his speed around the edge, make people miss in the open field, and then Jones is just going to take it right up the middle, straight at you, and run you over. Gio ended up having one of his better games of the year. He was 16 for 23 for 268 yards and 2 touchdowns and an interception. And it was that balanced attack that really kept Buena in the game, and they're going to have to lean on that tonight, being able to move the ball through the air and on the ground efficiently. Morena comes into this game as the 20th ranked high school in the state of Arizona. Last week they ended up losing 33-14 to William Fields, who is in the top 10 in the state of Arizona. So that's nothing to be ashamed of. They were led.
He'll send one up as soon as he gets it. Did they get it to you already? Yeah. Excellent.
They were led on the field by quarterback Trenton Bogart, who last week was 15 for 25 for 190 yards and 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. It was not one of his better games. He averages around 250 yards passing in each game. And he has 11 touchdowns on the year and only 2 interceptions, so he's very efficient through the air. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and that's what Morena's going to want to do. They're going to want to move the ball through the air, spread out Buena, and try to create those matchups on the outside. And it'll be really interesting to see these two philosophies take place, because if you watch Buena this year, they put their corners out there on islands. They put them in man coverage, press coverage, and they say it's your job to stop the receiver as best you can. So we'll see if Buena sticks with that tonight and how that matches up against this prolific passing attack from Morena. Looks like we're just about ready for the coin toss, as it's senior night here in Morena, and they've really filled out the stadium pretty well. There's not many open seats. The entire school, the entire town has come out to support all the seniors, from the football, cheerleaders, band members. So that's really good to see on these high school fields. So hopefully Buena can come in here and play a little bit of spoiler on them, though. Feed off that energy that the home crowd's going to try to give Morena and try to stick it to him a little bit tonight. Your captains for tonight from the Buena High School Colts is number 30, Timothy Jones. Number 2, Giovanni Borbone. Number 5, Caleb Bryant. I believe that is number 92, Damian Brown. We just have a little bit of delay here as the refs get ready. This Sorry, that fourth captain for Buena was number 66, James Baez. The captains for Marana is number 5, Trenton Bogart. Number 8, Diago Miranda. Number 77, Jordan Morgan. And number 79, Jacob Maley. Or 76, I'm sorry. Santos Perez. We're actually up here in the press box in a little room, so I'm doing my best to see as much as the field as possible. So I will get better as the night goes on, I promise, with picking out the players on the field. So I'm really excited for this game. Buena played easily their best game of the year last week against Apollo. They're going to come, even though they did lose, and they did lose late in the game as Apollo scored with less than a minute left to take the 1-point lead. It was a game that Buena led the entire time, and if it wasn't just for a couple penalties near the end, they would have walked away with the W against a big Phoenix school. And so I was going to give them a lot of confidence coming into this. And Buena ended up winning the coin toss and deferring, so Marana will get the ball first. And we're about ready here to kick off Friday night football. If you're out there watching on Facebook, hit that like button, hit that share button, get out there to your family and friends, tell everyone about it. This is going to be a fun game to watch. It's promising to be high scoring. And who doesn't love a good Friday night football game? If you're out there on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification after that, and you'll get notified every time we go live. And what has happened for the last few games is actually...
Hey, zoom in a little bit.
The last few games, actually, number 44, Cody Pitzler, is taking over the kickoff duties for the Buena High School Colts. He's a soccer player on their varsity soccer team, and they've pulled him over to do a little bit of kicking. Him and Parker Tebow lead this special teams unit. Parker doing the field goal, taking care of the field goal responsibilities. Cody taking care of the kickoff responsibilities. And it's really a nice addition as they're very consistent and give the Buena Colts a nice positive in that area of the game. And here we go, Cody with the kick, trying to get it all the way to the end zone. It's going to be taken about the 3-yard line. And the returner is chopped down about the 20-yard line. That is great coverage by the Buena Colts. They didn't give him any room. They did a great job staying in their lanes. And that return is by number 21, Janus Ratcliffe. And that will bring up the first drive of the game for Marana High School. And we'll see the shotgun spread offense in effect as Bueno comes out with, looks like they're going to have 4 down linemen, 4 linebackers, and then 3 people in the secondary. And Buena starts with their high pressure on the outside. They're going to do man coverage. Now they're backing off as the shift comes out to a forward wide receiver set. It's a quick out. That's great coverage by number 14, Xavier Riddle. He was not caught off guard. He came out to cover the slot receiver and man coverage, took away the quick out. They'll bring up 2nd and 10 from about the 20-yard line. And the real key to this game for the Buena High School Colts will be their defensive line. Can they get pressure in there on Trenton? Force them off the spot a little bit. Don't let them get comfortable in the pocket. It's a quick swing pass out. Another great play by number 14, Najee Riddle, as he forced it back inside to his flowing teammates, and Timothy Jones comes up with the tackle, setting up 3rd and long. And this is a great situation for Buena early in the game. Get the defense off the field as quick as possible. Put your offense out there. But it all comes down to this 3rd down. If you don't get it down here, those first 2 plays were for nothing. They stay with their 4 wide receiver set and shotgun. And he's going over the middle, and he finds an open wide receiver, number 4, makes the first tackler miss. Getting off a lot of extra yards after the catch. And a touchdown-saving tackle. And that was a 37-yard gain. And that, I mean, they found an opening in the zone that the Colts played right there, right over the middle, and he made the first 2 players miss, and he got 20 of those 30 yards after the catch. We see a little different look from Moreno with 2 running backs. And they try to get outside, but Timothy Jones flows very well and makes the tackle for no gain. Timothy Jones is the unquestioned leader of this defense. He plays middle linebacker for him. He'll make the he'll be the leading tackler for Buena every game. When he's playing well, the defense is playing well, and you can tell right there on that play. He's able to flow out on the quick sweep, run down the running back in open space, and make the tackle for no gain. Miranda sticks with their 2 running backs. Buena's with 4 on the line. Force the quarterback to scramble, and 75 reaches out and gets a paw in his jersey and pulls him down for the sack. Sack by number 75, Santonio Smith, for a loss of 1. And that brings up another long 3rd down. We were here a few plays ago. Buena was not able to get off the field. Hopefully they have a little bit more luck here on 3rd and 11. Trips up top. They're pressuring the quarterback. And the Buena's able to come up with the big 20-yard sack by number 3, Jesse Avina. That's a huge loss as the quarterback was trying to make a play. He held on to it for a little too long. And the Colt defensive line just wouldn't give up and comes away with the huge play, forcing the punt. And that'll get the Buena defense off the field early. Going deep to receive this punt for the Colts is number 4, Jaden Hernandez. Colts don't pressure at all. Let the kick come off free. It's going to land around the 22-yard line. It takes a Buena bounce, and it gets up to the 24. Well, no, about the 27-yard line. And that's where Buena will take over for the first time tonight. And this is the first chance we get to see this Colts offense after last week, where they had a very, very good performance on the offensive side, coming away with 41 points, almost 500 yards of total offense. That was led by Caleb Bryan, who had 421 total yards in that game. Hopefully they can keep him on track. Give goes to Timothy Jones up the middle, breaks the first tackle, is able to take a no-yard gain and get 4 yards out of it. This is really what we've seen with Buena all year. They want to set up the run first, get the defense biting up a little bit, and then that's when Gio and these talented wide receivers can really take over and force the ball down the field. Gio rises up, tries to get it to Garrick, and it comes off his hands, and that's incomplete. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 7. We should note that we have not seen Caleb Bryant on the field yet on this drive. Hernandez has gotten the start over Bryant tonight. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, see how much Bryant plays tonight, see if he's hurt. And Hernandez takes the handoff around the outside, and he's tackled for a 2-yard loss. And that'll bring up 4th down in a punting situation for the Colts. The Colts really couldn't get anything going there on that drive, and that'll bring out Parker Tebow to kick it away, trying to flip the field position here. Right here, you'd really want to see, hopefully you can get it down to like the 35, 30. Anything past that is great. Flipping the field position and set your defense up for a good opportunity. Comes off a little bit soft and takes a Marana bounce around the 50-yard line. And that'll be picked up at around the Buena 48. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Marana Tigers at the 48-yard line. So Buena did a really good job on that first drive on defense of not allowing the pass or run plays to get a lot of room. They shut down the edges very effectively. They flowed out very quickly on those sweep plays. They only allowed that one big pass play over the middle, but they were able to gather themselves and get a 3-and-out on the subsequent set of downs. So let's see if they can take that momentum, carry it forward a little bit. So hand up straight up the middle, number 21. He's met by Timothy Jones again and for about a 4-yard gain. I mean, we're going to be calling Jones' name a lot tonight. Anything going up the middle, he's going to be there to stop. Anything going around the outside, he's going to be scraping over the top, trying to get out there. If the ends force it in back into him, he'll make the tackle. He's really shown himself as the most sure-handed tackler for the Colts this year. And again, if you look at the corner out here, he's on man press coverage, trying to disrupt the timing as much as possible, and that's a quick slant. That's incomplete. And Jaden Hernandez there was in a good position. He was right there on the wide receiver's hip. He pressured it. Looked like the throw came out on time, but because the wide receiver couldn't get comfortable in his route, the press coverage might have pushed him off where he wanted to go a little bit and messes up the timing just enough that those timing routes will not be effective. So it brings up 3rd and 7. Quarterback rolls out to the left, looking deep for number 6 against 14. And that pass is just a little too deep and incomplete. And that'll bring up a 4th and 7. And the Buena defense has started this game great. I was really interested to see how their press man coverage was going to stack up against this talented receiver core from Marana, and so far they're proven to be up to the challenge. Again, going back deep for the Buena Colts will be number 4, Jaden Hernandez. That's going to land inside the 10.
Oh, yes!
And Marana is not able to keep it out of the end zone as it's crossed over the goal line. And that'll come out to the 20-yard line. And Buena will take over 1st and 10 from the 20.
I got it up here. I'm watching it.
And on that play, on the punt plays, the ball does not have to touch the ground in the end zone. All it has to do is cross the end zone line, and that counts as a touchback. And from up here, it looked like it was really close. Obviously, the ref has a lot better vantage point on the field than we do. And so that was a really close play. Marana did a great job of hustling down there, and it was placed almost perfectly by the Marana punter. And Caleb Bryant is now in the backfield dotting the I, and he gets a sweep on his first play of the game, and he makes 2 men's miss, and he's out in the open field. This is where Bryant really excels, is once he gets into the open field, there's not many players out there that can catch him. And he takes his first play on the field for a nice 41-yard gain. Looks like he stepped out a little bit earlier than we thought he did. But, I mean, that just shows what kind of force Caleb Bryan is when he's on the field. He can take any play and strike a home run with it. And they give it to him again up the middle. He's able to grind out around 3 yards. I wonder if some of the idea of keeping Bryan off the field for that first drive is they're wanting to kind of maybe conserve his energy a little bit. Him and Timothy Jones never come off the field, and they are the primary ball carriers for him. So if they're trying to save their legs until the fourth quarter, it's not a bad idea. And Gio rolls to the right and throws it a little bit short to his tight end, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 7. I'm actually been they haven't had a lot of success in the passing game so far tonight, but I'm very impressed with the difference in the play calling from tonight versus other weeks. Looks like their passing game is a lot more intricate than it has been, a lot more crossing routes. And that's always great to see, and hope if they can start timing these up, it will create open space on the back end and create those big plays. Gio hands it off to Bryant, but that's a great play by the defensive end, number 15. It's shot right in, took out his legs, and that's a loss of 2. Now bring up a 4th and 11. It looks like Coach Thomas wants to go for it. He's sending Gio back out there. This is a great – I like this call, personally. It puts confidence in both your offense and your defense. You're telling your defense, hey, even if we don't get it, I trust you to stop them, even if we do give them a little bit of good field position. But it also gives good motivation to your offense of like, hey, I know you can get this. And Gio had an open wide receiver over the middle. He just threw it a little bit low. That's incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs. And the Colts give it right back to the Tigers at the 41-yard line. The Tigers. There is a flag on that last play. Ineligible receiver downfield. That'll be declined. And it'll still be Marana's ball, taking over at the 41-yard line for their third possession of the game. With 4 minutes and 55 seconds left in the first quarter, the score is still 0-0. Both offenses have 1 or 2 big plays, but it's really been the defenses that have stolen the show so far. And right there, Marana's able to grind out 4 yards. There's one missed tackle in the backfield, and that opened it up from a no-yard gain to a 4-yard gain. And it's little plays like that when you miss the running back in the backfield. Instead of 2nd and 10, it's 2nd and 6. Keeps the playbook open. You can now run or pass with ease. And any positive yards is great. 2nd and 6. They hand it off to 21 around the right end. But he's met again by Timothy Jones. He's able to scrape over the top and bring him down for a 4-yard loss, bringing up 3rd and 10. That brings up a 3rd and 10. And Buena so far Marana's 1 for 3 on 3rd downs. Buena's done a great job on defense of getting off the field when they have the opportunities to. Let's see if that stays up here as they drop back to pass. And he skips it in there. And that's incomplete. And it'll bring up 4th and 10. And the Tigers actually switched up their quarterbacks. They went with number 20, Trayson Bogart, who, if I'm not mistaken, is the younger brother of Trenton Bogart. Trenton is a senior and Trayson's a freshman. So that's a fun dynamic to have on a team when your backup quarterback is a younger brother to your starting quarterback. So we'll keep an eye on that if they keep rotating quarterbacks in and out, or if Trenton is hurt or what. But Marana's back to punt. It's a nice high punt. Bryant's back deep to receive, and he lets it bounce, and that takes a Marana bounce, and they'll stop inside the 10-yard line around the 7. And that puts the Colts in very negative field position. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 7-yard line on what's a 45-yard punt that flips the field position. So it's imperative for the Colts to get a first down here, 1 or 2, get them out from the shadow of their own end zone, because so far it's been a defensive battle. Neither team is allowing many yards. Buena has 44 rushing yards. Marana has 37 passing yards, and that's about the extent of the offense so far tonight. Gio hands it off to Caleb, and Caleb is dragging a few defenders with him for a nice 9-yard gain. And that shows a different side to Caleb's game that we haven't really seen. He brings out the power there. He makes the first guy, runs through the arm tackle on the first guy, and then he drags the next 2 with him for 2 or 3 extra yards. And you always like to see those yards after contact. That's normally Timothy Jones's area of expertise, but Bryant's showing he can do it as well. And here Bryant gets on the outside and shows what he's great at. And he's in the open field. Can anyone catch him? And 4 is able to run him out of bounds at the 41-yard line. And that's another 39-yard gain for Caleb Bryant. And there you can see what Bryant's great at. He has excellent speed, especially in the open field. No one's going to catch him. The safety from Random took a good angle and was able to force him out, saving the touchdown. But Bryant got around that edge so quick that they couldn't set it, and they give it to him up the middle here. And Bryant takes it for another 8-yard gain. And this is what the Colts do. They run it early. They run it often. They're going to run it some more. They really use the run to set up the pass later in the game. That's what they've done all season. But they won't go away from the run until they prove they can stop it. They hand it off to the big boy up the middle, Timothy Jones, and he's able to push forward for it looks like he's got the first down and a 3-yard gain. The running back tandem for the Buena Colts is just so much fun to watch. There's 2 completely different backs. One's the super quick scat back that they like to call it. And that's Caleb Bryant. He gets outside, gets into open field. He's going to run around people. And then you got Timothy Jones, who's just going to run you over. Jones leading the way for Bryant. He's able to break the first arm tackle. And it's another 10-yard gain for the Buena Colts. That's a great job by Timothy Jones kicking out the end. He's showing that he's more than just a running back. He's not afraid to mix it up a little bit. And that's really what you want from your fullback. When you give him the ball, he's good. He's a guaranteed 3-4 yards. And in Jones's case, he's more likely to break it off for more than that. But then when he's a lead blocker, he's just going to clear people out. And Buena's coming out in an inverted wishbone. And they give it to Jones, who's just pushing the pile for another 5-yard gain. And on this drive that started inside the 10, this started at the 7-yard line, and it's all the way down to the 17. We've seen 6 rushing plays to get him here. It's been about 74 yards of rushing in this drive alone. It's showing really what the Buena identity is. That's really what we've seen in the last few weeks. Caleb Bryant has distanced himself as And here we see the option from Gio, and it's a late pitch to Bryant, who takes it forward for a 14-yard gain down to the 4-yard line. And that's a great read by Gio. It's an option play. Option plays are the hardest thing at any level of the sport to defend. You're giving the quarterback the option on one player. You're leaving one player unblocked, and you're making that player make a choice between you or the running back. It's a very difficult play to defend, and Gio ran it to perfection there. And here Gio takes it around the outside, and he's going to be stood up for no gain. They'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Caleb Bryant is not on the field for the Colts right now. At running back, you'll see Timothy Jones, and his fullback will be number 28, Cameron Hayes. Gio hands it to Jones up the middle, and he plows it in for the touchdown. That's a great job by the offensive line for the Colts. Create a big hole on the left side, and the Colts get on the board first. And here we get to see that swinging gate formation that the Colts like to run. Looking to see if they have a mismatch anywhere. They're trying to get an easy 2 points from this. And if they don't have a mismatch anywhere, they'll shift over like they're doing now and just kick the regular field goal. Parker Tebow's lining it up. Kick is up, and it is good. And with 3 seconds left in this first quarter, it's Buena 7, the Marana Tigers nothing. Now, this is exactly the start that Buena wanted. They let Marana have it first on offense, and they put their defense out there and said, we're going to stop your high-powered offense, and they did for the entire quarter. And then they put together a very methodical 9-play, 93-yard drive completely on the ground and proved what they want to do. They want to run the ball, and Marana knows they want to run the ball, and they knew the run was coming, and they just couldn't stop it. Number 44, Cody Pitzlitz, is back to kick. I'll get down to the 1-yard line. As it's returned, he finds a little crease, and he's able to take it up to around the 24. And that's the end of the second quarter.
Sports fans, welcome to Cochise County Sports Network. Tonight's live broadcast brought to you in part by Lolly Automotive Group for all your new and used car needs. Jeff and Gina Lane of Edward Jones Investments, making sense of investing. Apex Network Physical Therapy, come heal with us. Cochise Lock and Safe for all your lock and safe needs. Check out the Leone team of Nova Home Loans, the highest rated lender in Cochise County. SSVEC, owned by those we serve. Lights Out Family Fun Center. Chiricahua Community Health Centers, health for all. And last but not least, eXp Realty, home of the flat rate contract. Tonight we have the Buena Colts varsity football team taking on the Marana Tigers. Live and in full HD, only on Cochise County Sports Network.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Lawley from the Lolly Automotive Group. Summer's here and it's getting hot, and so are the deals at all our dealerships. Check out the great selection of Buicks, Chevrolets, GMCs, Hondas, Nissans, Hyundais, Fords, Kias, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Rams we have in stock. With some of the biggest discounts and rebates of the year, now's the time to buy your new vehicle. With over 20 lending institutions, your finance term could never be better. Shop us online at lollycars.com or come to any one of the Lolly dealerships and see why so many people in Southern Arizona choose Lolly Motors for their next vehicle purchase. Because nobody beats a Lolly deal. Nobody.
Thank you again to all of our sponsors. Without them, we would not be able to do this and bring you this live high school football game from Marana High School in Tucson, Arizona. And here at the start of the second quarter, the Buena Colts are up 7-0 on the 20th ranked team in the state. And they've really kept Marana's offense at bay. Marana's running up the middle, able to find a little bit of room and 5-yard gain. In that first quarter, it was all about the Buena defense. They held Marana to 2 for 6 passing for 37 yards and on 7 rushing attempts for negative 12 yards. So Marana only had 25 yards of total offense in that first half. Whereas the Colts, all of their offense came in the running game, and they had 136 yards rushing. The freshman quarterback drops back, and he's looking over the top, and that's a little bit long for his wide receiver, bringing up 3rd and 5. A story we have been following for this game is this is Marana's backup quarterback and younger brother to their starting quarterback, Trayson Bogart. His older brother, Tristan, went out earlier in the game with an injury. We hope he's all right and hope we get to see him again. But this is a freshman quarterback taking over this offense that averages around 35 points a game. Hands it off up the middle, and he's pushing the pile a little bit, and he fights it out for a 4-yard gain, and he's 1 yard short of the first down. This is the first true decision the Marana High School coach has to make. Does he want to try to go for it, 4th and 1, from his own 34-yard line, potentially giving Buena very good field position? And he's trotting his quarterback back out there, so he's going to go for it. And this is the biggest play so far of this young game. If the Colts are able to stop him here on this 4th and 1, it'll set up great field position for their offense that has all the momentum in the world after that 8-play drive that just scored minutes ago. And that's good for the Colts as it's a false start penalty on the Tigers, and that'll bring up a 4th and 6. And that takes all the decision-making out of it for the Marana High School coach. He's going to run out his punt team. Buena does not seem to be buying that it's going to be a punt, as they are not putting a returner back there. That's a good kick by the Marana High School kicker. He flips the field position very well, and Buena Colts will take over from the 27-yard line. And the Colts come out here for the first drive of the second quarter, leading 7-0. Let's see if they try to change it up at all, or if they're just going to stay on the ground, which has been effective all game. Handoff goes to Jones up the middle, makes one cut, and then he's dragging the rest of the team with him, and he picks up 12 yards for the Buena first down. And that, I mean, there you see the strength of Timothy Jones' game. He makes one cut, makes the first guy miss, and then it's straight downhill from there. He's not going to make any moves in the hole. He's just going to run straight ahead, break through those arm tackles, and the first guy that hits him is going to be taken for a ride. And pitch goes outside to Bryant. Marana does a good job of setting the edge and keeping that to a 2-yard gain. That brings up a 2nd and 8. I'll be interested to see now that they're a little bit behind the chains. They're not in the positive position they've been in the rest of the game. If Coach Thomas is going to try to open it up a little bit, Gio throw the ball. He's only attempted 3 passes tonight. Hasn't completed any of them, and he will let it. Oh, it's a bootleg. Gio has some space out there, but number 9 for Marana does a good job of staying home and tripping him up. And it's only a 4-yard gain for Gio. There's a lot of room out there for Gio. If he could have got around that end, there was no one left up there, and it was going to be a 25-yard gain at a minimum. But the end did a great job of staying home, tripped Gio up as he came around the outside and held it to the short gain. I'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Buena Colts as Gio's in the shotgun with Caleb Bryant next to him. They swing it out to Bryant, and he has some open field in front of him. He stumbles a little bit, but he's able to pick up the first down. And that's Gio's first completion of the game as it goes for 5 yards and a big first down. Keeps his drive alive. Keeps all the momentum in Buena's side of the field. Gio's in the backfield with Caleb and Timothy Jones. And Miranda is able to stretch that out very nicely, and they held him to a 1-yard gain. That's been a play that's been working for Buena all night, but Miranda did a great job of not getting upfield. They held the line very well and just stretched it out and let their linebackers just scrape over the top and get there for the tackle. Sets it up a 2nd and 9 for the Colts. Gio pumps it to the left, and now he throws it deep to number 14 and overthrows him just a bit, but there's a flag on the play. It was thrown by the field judge up top, right at the beginning of the play, and that is a legal formation from the Buena Colts. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. And this is really something we've seen from the Colts all year, is when they have the momentum, they're really imposing their will, they start making mental mistakes and getting the penalties. We saw it last week on the final drive of the game with the 2 late hit penalties to extend that drive. We've seen in previous games with holding penalties. And then here, that's just a penalty. They have all the momentum. They're doing whatever they want on the offensive side of the ball, and they end up just hurting themselves with a mental mistake on the illegal formation. And Gio goes with the hard count, not able to get anyone off sides, hands it off to Timothy Jones at the middle, and he plows forward for a 6-yard gain. And I'll bring up 3rd and 9. And right there, Jones is able to get back all the yards they lost on the penalty. This is a long 3rd down still. So we'll see what Coach Thomas has up his sleeve here for this 9-yard 3rd down. See if they stick with the swing pass that they've done in the last 2 3rd down. Let Gio air it out a little bit. Gio rolls a little bit to his right. Looking down the middle for number 3, goes up, and that pass is incomplete. That was good coverage by number 4, the Tigers. Coben Boget. And he makes a trio for those brothers, the 2 quarterbacks, and now Coben playing safety and wide receivers. And the Colts end up taking their first timeout. I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you, if you're out there watching on Facebook, hit that like button on the video, hit that share button on the video. If you haven't yet before, hit the like button on our Cochise County Sports Network page. Helps you stay up to date with all things Buena High School sports, whether it be football, volleyball, in the winter, basketball. It all come to you live here on the Cochise County Sports page. If you're out there watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification button, and you'll get a notification every time we go live, so you'll not miss a game from the Buena High School Athletics Department. So 6 minutes and 36 seconds left here in the second quarter. Buena's leading 7-0, and they've just dominated the game on both sides of the ball. They have not thrown the ball very effectively, but they have not had to. They have 162 yards rushing, including that touchdown, and they've held Marana to only 37 yards passing and negative 8 yards rushing here so far in this game. So offensive side, they're winning. Defensive side, they're winning. Now it looks like Coach Thomas is going to send out Parker Tebow to punt this away, try to pin Marana deep. That'll be a short kick, landing just inside the 30. I'll go out around the 28-yard line. Oh, Buena's going to get a very favorable spot, and they're going to spot around the 25. And now Marana will take over. So it's been fun watching the Marana High School team so far, because one of the unique things about high school football is you get all these families that get to play together. And so you have the three brothers, Trenton, Coben, and Tristan, all playing for the Tigers. They've all seen playing time tonight, and that's always a good story. It's fun to watch from the fan perspective. Handoff goes to 21. He's trying to get outside. He beats the end, hurdles, and he has room down the sideline. No one's going to. And number 3, Jesse Avina, does a great job of never giving up on the play, and he's able to catch number 21, Giannis Ratliff's shoelaces, and take him down, saving the touchdown. It's a 45-yard run. That brings up a first down from the 25-yard line for the Marana Tigers. There's whistles before the play starts. I don't see a flag on the field. So it looks like something just wasn't set right. Refs want to take their time, make sure everything's correct. Might be a chin strap issue on the line or something. They wind the clock and we're ready to go again. And I just want the effort by number 3, Jesse Avina. He got beat on the outside in the original part of the play, but he never gave up on it. He ran down the running back, saved the touchdown. They hand it off to the running back again up the middle, tackle him for a 4-yard gain. So this is Marana does have their backup quarterback in, freshman number 20, Trayson Bogart. And so we're going to see a lot more running than we were expecting tonight. This team is known as a passing team. They came in averaging 250 yards passing, 11 touchdowns, and only 2 interceptions. But having a freshman in there as your quarterback right now, they're going to dial it back a little bit. As I say that, and they look over the middle, and that's a great throw. Finding number 7, taking it for a 12-yard gain, and set up 1st and goal. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 8. And right as I was saying that, they're going to maybe take their foot off the gas in respect to their passing game. They proved me wrong. Let the freshman air it out a little bit, thrown right over the middle, finding a soft area of the zone. Buena comes out with their press coverage. Marana hands it up the middle, number 21, and he carries a defender into the end zone for a Marana Tigers touchdown. On that drive, there's 3 rushes for 57 yards. punctuated by that big 45-yard run early on. And then they were 1 for 1 in the passing game for 12 more yards, leading to their first points of the game and an extra point from tying this game up. Kick is good. And with 4 minutes and 44 seconds left, the score is 7-7. Now we get to see what Buena has to answer. They took a little punch there. Marana got their first successful drive, first drive of more than 4 plays. Really the first time the Buena High School defense been tested at all. And they end up taking it all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. Now the Buena High School offense has to answer. See if they can find. They've been really good about this all year. When a score goes up, they're able to answer quickly. A lot of times they like to take a quick shot, either to young Ishoff or Mandrell Garrick, and let's see if that tendency plays true. Back deep for the Colts is number 5, Caleb Bryant. This will be fielded about the 7-yard line, and it's brought up to around the 27-yard line. That's where the Colts will take over, 1st and 10. So Gio leads his team out on the field. See what they have, how they answer that touchdown, how they answer their first 3 and out of the game on the previous possession. And he's joined in the backfield by Caleb Bryant. The handoff goes to Bryant around the right side. He's run out of bounds by number 7 after a 1-yard gain. That'll bring up 2nd and 9. The Colts don't really have a tendency to here. They like mixing it up, both run and pass. But they'll split Brian out to the side, and they'll keep Jones in the backfield with Gio. And the handoff goes to Jones up the middle, and he fumbles the ball. Marana's saying they have it. There's no sign yet from the officials. And it looks like number 75 for the Colts jumped onto it. And that brings up a 3rd and 5. It's a big heads-up play by number 75, Santonio Smith. Brings up a big 3rd down in this game. Brian is split down here to the near side. Jones is in the backfield. Gio rolls out to the left and quick pressure off the edge. And that'll be an 8-yard sack. They tried to roll Gio out into the rush or into the blitz, it looked like. And no one accounted for that outside linebacker coming around the edge. And he got in quick. Gio had nothing. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't throw the ball away. Couldn't find an open receiver. Made the smart move of eating it, taking the sack, bringing up the 4th down. Parker Tebow punts it, and that's a great punt, and it's not fielded, and takes a Buena bounce. And Moreno will take over about the 26-yard line. And the Tigers will come out on the field for the see if they can replicate their scoring drive they just had. They're led by number 20, their freshman quarterback. And he's in and out late runs a running back. Number 21's taking a break, who was their workhorse on the previous drive. That doesn't stop them from handing it off again. And 35 breaks a tackle in the backfield and is able to take it out for an 11-yard gain. The Colts had him bottled up there in the backfield, but they weren't able to wrap him up. And number 35, Cody Smith, was able to take it for a 12-yard gain and a first down for the Marana Tigers. And the handoff again goes to number 35, and he's able to go forward for another 9-yard gain. It looks like the Tigers have found something in the Colts defense. They've had a lot of success running the last few drives. Looks like they've found an answer to that high-pressure defense the Colts like to play. Let's see if the Colts can change something up to find an answer to this. Colts stick with their 3-down lineman. Again, it's handed a 35 up the middle. That's good for a 4-yard gain and another first down. And that puts Marana Tigers into the Colts territory at their 49-yard line. And it's all been on the ground this drive. 3 rushes for 24 yards. Colts are going to have to shut that down here. This is the second straight drive that their rushing attack has been unimpeded for the most part. They're dropping him back to pass. Has a lot of time, and he finds an open wide receiver over the middle, number 7. And that's good for a 21-yard gain. That'll bring up a 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. That was a great job by the freshman quarterback, just hanging back there. He had a ton of time. Went from his first read to his second read, and then he found his third read was open, crossing the middle of his tight end. They hit him with a great pass, and here he hands it off to number 21, makes a good cut up the middle. And he's tackled after a 13-yard gain by Timothy Jones. And with 1 minute and 2 seconds left, Miranda's driving. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Colts defense is going to have to find something here, try to keep him out of the end zone going into halftime. Again, it's a read play. And the quarterback keeps it for a 5-yard gain up the middle. That's that read option play that's become popular at the college level, where if the DN goes with the running back, the quarterback keeps and takes it up the middle. And there he saw a hole and he took it. Sets up a 2nd and 6. With 42 seconds left, Marana takes their first time out of the game. If you're out there watching on Facebook, hit that like button, hit that share button, get out there to your family and friends. Let everyone know Buena High School Colts football is live tonight from Marana High School up in Tucson, Arizona. Game's turning out to be a great contest as the score is 7-7 late into the second quarter. And this sets up a 2nd and a long 5 from the 11-yard line. Marana's freshman quarterback It's in the shotgun, rolling out left. Looking for the fade, and he throws a back shoulder. And that's a great diving catch by number 7, Tariq Jordan, for the 11-yard touchdown. It looks like they wanted the fade originally, but that was taken away by the corner. And then they adjusted the route and threw a back shoulder over the pylon, and number 7 adjusted to it great. Kept his feet in bounds. Marana comes away with the touchdown, looking to add the extra point. That's up and good. And with 37 seconds left, it's the Marana Tigers 14, Buena Colts 7. So for as much momentum as the Colts had in that first quarter going into the second quarter, they have lost it all here. And now they find themselves down for the first time in this game. And hopefully, I'm hoping they look to try to get some points out of this last effort. But it all comes down to this kickoff. If Caleb Bryant's able to set them up with good field position, I can guarantee you that Coach Thomas is going to be aggressive with the rest of the play calling for the last 37 seconds. And Brian's going to let it bounce. And he picks it up around the 8-yard line, and he unfortunately is tripped up and goes down at the 18.
All right, folks, if you're tuning in to Cochise County Sports Network tonight, we super appreciate it. We're getting ready to go into the halftime. It is senior night, so we anticipate some sort of show. We probably won't be filming it. What's most likely going to happen, folks, we're having trouble pulling in our scoreboard software. It's pulled in over our network, over our software called Network Device Interface Protocols, and it's not working right now. So we're probably going to pause or pull down the stream at halftime. We'll be putting it back up for third and fourth quarter. And hopefully that should get our scoreboard situation fixed, make it a little easier to follow the game.
Thank you, Levi. And Gio is able to rise up quickly, and he finds Garrick for a 14-yard gain. And again, Gio rises up, hits the quick pass to number 14 for another 11-yard gain. Gio rises up, and he's going to have to scramble here, and he finds no room up the middle, but he does a great job of getting back to the line of scrimmage. And Coach Thomas takes the timeout, and with 5 seconds left, it'll be 2nd and 10 from about the 45-yard line.
Hey, put Diego to the field. He might run that sprint out long. I know, flip Diego to the side, though.
And here with only 5 seconds left, I think they have one timeout remaining. You could have a quick hitter over the middle, but then you're risking running out of time here. So I'm anticipating Coach Thomas to call some sort of fade route down the sideline, try to get it to Garrick over the top. He's proven to be a deep threat all season. And Gio definitely has the arm to put it near the end zone. So if the line can give him time, that the wide receivers can get all the way down there, put a jump ball up, see what happens for the last play of the half. And Buena comes out with 5 wide receivers, 3 on the top, 2 down low. Gio drops back. He's trying to buy himself some time, and he throws it up to Garrick. Comes down with it. 2 seconds left, and Coach Thomas gets down there for a quick timeout after the 20-yard reception. That was a great job by the Colts offense. They do a great job of getting yards there and not letting the clock run out, and this gives them an opportunity to either, again, throw it to the end zone, or like last week, they tried a field goal from around the same position. So we'll see what Coach Thomas is thinking here. And again, this second quarter has been a complete script flip from what it was in the first quarter. The first quarter was dominated by the Buena Colts. They held Marana to only 25 yards of total offense. And then here in the second quarter, Marana has exploded with 14 points and 150 yards of offense to take the lead 14-7. And if Buena can't come up with anything here, they're going to go into half with that lead. So let's see which Coach Thomas comes out with. They go with 4 wide receivers. And Marana has everyone deep. Their deepest man is at the 10-yard line. And Gio finds Caleb Bryan over the middle, but that last man back, number 4, makes the tackle at the 10-yard line, keeping him out of the end zone. And that takes us to halftime with the Marana Tigers leading 14-7 over your Buena Colts. And we'll be back for the second half.
Sports fans, welcome to Cochise County Sports Network. Tonight's live broadcast brought to you in part by Lally Automotive Group for all your new and used car needs. Jeff and Gina Lane of Edward Jones Investments, making sense of investing. Apex Network Physical Therapy, come heal with us. Cochise Lock and Safe for all your lock and safe needs. Check out the Leon team of Nova Home Loans, the highest rated lender in Cochise County. SSVEC, owned by those we serve. Lights Out Family Fun Center. Chiricahua Community Health Centers, health for all. And last but not least, eXp Realty, home of the flat rate contract. Tonight we have the Buena Colts varsity football team taking on the Marana Tigers, live and in full HD, only on Cochise County Sports Network. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jeff Lane, your Sierra Vista Edward Jones advisor, understands this. That's why Jeff Lane is a proud sponsor of the Buena Colts varsity football team here on Cochise County Sports Network. For all of your investment needs, call Jeff Lane at 520-378-3766 or stop by his office at 3410 Canyon de Flores here in Sierra Vista. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.